Alright, that's Buster. I'm me. Buster me. There he is. In the sunrise. Here we are in Venice, Florida. At the Suncoast, FBO. And so anyway, we're going to Gainesville today. Home of the Gators. Going to the swamp. It's not that bad, Buster. It's actually pretty cool. Yeah. So we figure we can go there because we no longer fly the Seminole. Got it? Got it. Our bad attempt at aviation humor. Okay. Pretty bad weather today. Not that bad, it's just a lot of IMC. So, I think Gainesville right now is very limited IFR. I think it's 300 foot in fog with a quarter mile. Oh, don't worry, Buster. It's supposed to burn off to 2 statute miles by the time we get there, and I think 400 feet. So plenty of room. Well, might as well give it a shot right out of the gate, Buster. So, all right. We filed our flight plan with Vatsim. We have a squawk code because we do not have ATC, so we're at 7114. We got our CTAF here at Venice. Weight and balance, as we always do. We left here, or excuse me, we landed here after touch and goes with 871. And so tip tanks are still full. Everything's samey. Buster's food, me, Buster, and then our Liferaft. So, all right, back. Yeah. So, anyway, if you want any details on the Liferaft we're carrying, it is in the comment area. Or the description area, I should say. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at our navigation really quick. A lot of VOR navigation. We're going to be taking off, I believe, runway 5, and then we'll go over Sarasota, then St. Pete, then make our way just west of Tampa International, up to Nitz, and then Ocala, and then into Gainesville. Start our descent somewhere before Nitz. We'll be going up to flight level 190 today. At least that's what SimBrief still is not clearing us to those higher levels, so oh well. And we did find a fix for the cabin differential, we think. A developer had posted somewhere on a Just Flight forum kind of the fix, so we went into the HTML file and adjusted a couple parameters, so we'll see. But we are going to flight level 190, so worst case scenario, maybe we set it to flight level 210 and see if we can overcome that cabin differential light. And hopefully this time we'll have a better experience. We've tried to learn as much as we can on the EDM 760, kind of the rich of peak, lean of peak debate. I think we're going to go ahead and try lean of peak this time, not really for power, but more for economy. And we'll put the ECM 760 through its lean of peak paces. So we'll try to go and do that today. So without any further delay, let's go ahead and get us going here, Buster. Okay, landing gear down, parking brake set, switches are all off. I know that looks like it's not off, but it is. Middle of the road is off. Cabin pressurizations are all dump and off. we're good. Let's go ahead and hit the battery. Got bus volts. We got 3 green. And we got our fuel. So we're looking good. Okay. Go back into our regular flow. So right now we would do our outside of the cabin view. Walk around. Blah, blah, blah. No fluids. All that good stuff. At another time we'll do a detailed walk around. But that will be for another segment. Okay, walk around complete. Let's go ahead and begin our before starting engine checklist. So kind of a flow that we're trying to adopt because the checklist is so massive. Shout out to JD's on the checklist, as well as the Just Flight documents. You know, the black square documents, you know, the download they have some really comprehensive checklist in the back of that. So a lot of resources for you. We actually are going to put all of the resources that we're using in the description, so you can go ahead and check them out. The pilot operating handbook for the 5.8 for the 5.8P for Papa for pressure, and then we have the flight manual from Flight Safety, link to that, and then of course we have the flight manual from Black Square. So we have a couple resources that you really should check out. Well, there are some videos too out there on YouTube for the EDM, you know, the EDM 760 and kind of its operation. So a lot of good resources out there. Not so much on the pressurization, not so much there, but all good. Okay, so landing gear handle down. Parking brake set. Let's take a look at our circuit breakers. They're all in here. They're all in here. Let's just see. All in here. Switches confirmed are all off. Switches, before we go over there, throttle to neutral. Props are high. Mixture is full rich. Down. Flaps are up. Come down over here. We have rudder trims are neutral. We have our cowl flaps are now down. We have our fuel selectors to on. Our static over here is in where it needs to be. All of our knobs here are pushed in. This is now pushed in, which is important. So I think that's the door seal standby. Yep. So that is in. And let's go ahead and just check really quick. So we are, the door seal is down, cabin pressure is set to dump. So we are all good there. By the way, I mean, all these in red right here are for pressure. These are just for defrost and cabin heat or air. So we're good there. Let's go ahead and make sure our avionics switch is off. Go ahead and get the battery on. Alternators are on. Check bus volts at 23 plus. That's correct. Let's get our nav and beacon are now on. Interior lights. I think we're going to be okay with regards to our interior lights. We just hit the flood if we want, just to give us a little bit more visual here while we're doing our pre-flight. Let's see, here we go on our nunciators. Good, let's do the ELT. Good, put the rocker switch back. Let's go CO test. Good, 2 lights, which is what we want to see. Alright. We need to see if the fuel boost. Good. Just trying to see if we can hear the audio on the fuel boost pumps, and we do. 76 degrees, so we're here in the morning. Yeah, we're gonna be fine. Let's see, do we have? Yeah, so you can see it's about 8:30 local, 12:30 UTC, or 4 different. So sitting here on the East Coast, there it is local, 8:30. Good. Hey, hey, hey. We are looking good. Okay, let's go ahead and start the engines. Actually, before we do that, let's pull down the weather. So we're marginal VFR right now. We're 110 at 3. Eight statute miles, broken at 2.8, few at 1.8. So we're just marginal. Again, we have 2.2 and 2.2, so I would imagine it's going to be pretty hazy on the way out. 3001 on the altimeter. Okay, and let's just go ahead and copy while we're here. Gainesville. Gainesville is reporting 120 at 3. Quarter mile visibility. Fog. Fog. 1818. 2999er. Okay. And about 200 feet. Yeah, very limited. Our alternate is Orlando. So let's go ahead and just check out Orlando while we're here. Completely VFR. So we'll be landing to the south. 7 statute miles. Good. Okay. Awesome. Whoops. Oh, what we want. Hide. Excellent. Okay, let's go ahead. Parking brakes are set. Beacons are on. Yes, they are indeed. Let's go ahead and get the right engine going. So what we want is we want mixture full rich. Props are high. Let's go ahead and put our throttle to full wide open. Let's go ahead and do our fuel pump high for 3 seconds. We have 7. 1, 2, 3. We'll go for 4. Okay. Prop is clear. Let's go ahead and put our throttle back to idle, and then let's open it a crack. Clear prop. Buster, you want to help? Okay, let's go ahead and hit our start button on our control stick, which will put this to start. As soon as we release it, it'll go to both. We will release it once we see the manifold pressure start to drop. Here we go. Start annunciator has gone off. Mag's gone to both. Let's go ahead and advance to 1,000 on the RPM. We are green on oil pressure. And let's just see. Oh, here we go. Oil temps are rising, so we are good. Perfect. We have a good right engine start. Bus volt. Yep, we see the commensurate increase of the bus volt. It's kind of interesting. There's a difference in the load here, which we would expect. Very interesting. Here we go. Let's get the left engine going. Mixtures are rich. Prop is high. Left throttle full open. Let's go full 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004. Drop it to off. And let's go ahead and drop the throttle to idle, and then let's crack it open a tad. Let's go ahead and buster clear prop. Okay, clear prop. Here we go. Left button to start. We want to see the manifold pressure go, and then we'll release. Here we go. Annunciator light is now off. Let's go ahead and go to 1,000 RPM. That's good. You can now see the average, the alt yeah, we're now parallel. So the alternators now show parallel load. We have green in the oil pressure, we have positive oil temp, so we have a good left engine start. Awesome. Let's go ahead and get in our avionics master. How's the bus folds looking? Yeah, we're at 28-ish. Good. All right. We are sitting at, well, that's warming up. We got two things going on here. We're sitting at 3001. Go to our backup, 3001. Okay. Attitude on the backup is where it needs to be. Good. Let's go ahead and get in our squawk code where we're sitting here. 7114. Let's leave it on standby. Let's do the function. Let's put that on flight time. Let's go ahead and get in our plan. So we don't have any, don't have a departure. So we're going to go straight to SRQ. Pi for St. Pete. Nits. Cala. Which is Oscar Charlie Foxtrot. That's good. That's our route. Clear. We'll have some traffic. Oops, wrong way. Put that on 50. Let's put our nearest one to 10. Actually, let's go 15. And then let's do the farthest one. Let's go all the way out to 200. Okay, good. Okay, let's get our COM 2s. Start backwards. One 1.5 is set. We don't have any ATIS, so let's go COM 2. Put on. We have COM 1 mic. We're good. Let's do COM 1 now. We are 122.725. Go ahead and set this to Unicom. So once we get out of the airspace for Venice, we'll turn it to Unicom. And then we will then change the frequency to Gainesville. Okay, we're good there. Let's go ahead and put in Sarasota, which is 117.0. Sarasota SRQ, so we're 21 miles away. All good there. Let's do our backup to St. Pete, which is 116.4. Oop. Okay. St. Pete's in the backup. We'll fly GPS, but we're ready to go VLOC on a moment's notice if we need to. We have our backup as well. We have all the VOR frequencies. We'll be able to get to Gainesville, no sweat. And we'll likely fly the ILS in, or if we have an LPV, we may do the LPV. We'll have to just check it out once we get in the air. For the RNAV approach LPV, okay. Waypoint. Let's just put in Gainesville quickly. So we'll see all the different approaches and kind of what we have going on here. All right, good. Excellent. Let's go back. Okay, what are we doing here? So the winds were 110. Okay. Boy, 60 degree. Well, let's go to, here we go. Let's go ahead. I was thinking we would try this, but no, let's go to runway 13. Why fight it? It is, it's awesome. Yep, 110 at 3. So that will give us the best. So we're just going to taxi down Alpha to 13. Probably just right down. Yeah. Okay, let's get with our after starting engine checklist. So avionics, we're good. Altimeter fine, standby, Stein, remote compass slaved and aligned. Comm radios are set. Nav radios are set. Weather radar. Let's go ahead and I guess we left it on. So let's put it to standby. Cabin here. Let's see, we're 79 degrees, so we're fine. We don't need air conditioning. Flight controls. Let's just left, roll, neutral, right, roll, neutral, right, rudder, neutral, left, rudder, neutral, back, elevator, neutral, down, elevator, neutral. Flight controls are free and correct. Good. Taxi lights, let's get them on. And transponder, we're set to standby. But let's go ahead and put it to alt since we are flying on Vatsim. Mixture, let's lean it up for taxi. Cool. Venice traffic, Baron 712 Bravo Mike at the General Aviation ramp, taxiing to runway 13 via Alpha. Venice. Quick brake check, we're good. Let's do a quick right-hand turn so we don't kill this gentleman. Well, look at that bump. Let's go ahead and avoid the bump. Very bumpy. Alright, while we're here, we can set some things. Let's go ahead and set our course to 13. And let's set our heading. Let's slow down because I see a ton of bumps here. Let's get our heading bug to 1.3. Usually these general aviation airports have a good little run-up area. We've never been here before. We're going to go straight to 19. Yeah, look at this. This little handy dandy area. Okay, this parking brake is on. Okay. What is our track? It's gonna be north anyway, so let's just keep it there. Okay, so here we are. Let's do the run up. Parking brake mixtures full rich now. Props are high. Let's go ahead and get our throttle into 17. Cow flaps are open. So we're going to exercise our props. We're going to go 3 exercises each. We're looking for 3 different things. Okay, we're about 17 right now on the RPM. We're going to exercise the right prop first. We're going to be looking for a 300 drop first on RPM, and then the next time we do it, we're going to want to see an increase in oil pressure, and then the next time we do it, we want to see an increase in manifold. Ready? Ready, Buster? Let's go. Okay, there's 300 on the RPM. Let's wait to get back to stable. And let's see the increase in oil pressure. Yes, see the increase in oil pressure. And then let's see the increase in the manifold pressure. Yep, slight increase. Went a little too far there. Okay, let's do the left prop. 300 right there is good. Now let's go down here and check the oil pressure once it stabilizes back to 17. There we go. Pressure's risen, good. Let's get the prop back to stable. Okay, and now we want to see an increase in manifold. Yep, slight increase. Very so slight, but it did do it. Okay, instrument air, good, we're in the green. Alternators, left off. Right's taking the load, right off. Bus is taking the load. Left back on. Left is taking a load, right back on. We are parallel. Perfect. Propeller de-ice. Good. We have positive move here. We have an increase here. Turn it down. Good. Okay, windshield heat. Annunciator. Well, first we saw a positive jump here, and then windshield annunciator is good. Let's do pitot heat. Rise in amp, and annunciator light on. Rise in amp. Good. Pitot heat on. Fuel vent. Small rise in the amp. Stall. Small rise in the amp. And we're good. Let's do surface de-ice. Let's go all the way down first. We're going to see this down here go into the 18 range. Here we go. So the de-icing pressure boots. Around the 18-ish, and we have our annunciator light is active. Okay. Let's go ahead and go to auto. So now we should see this, the de-icing pressure cycle. So now we're up, and then the boot goes, the annunciator light goes off, and then cycles back on. So good. Let's go ahead and set that back to off. It's good. Let's go ahead and do the pressurization check. By the way, this little knob down here is a friction knob for our mixture. Okay, so we're going to run our RPM to 2000. And we're going to check our pressurization. Okay, so the cabin altitude is at field elevation. So at sea level, basically. And then our cabin differential pressure is at 0. Climb rate, let's go to 10. Good, climb rate is at 10 o'clock. Now we're going to go 1,000 below. See that? 1,000 below. Door seal mode up. Cabin pressure, press. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and hit the test. We should see our cabin climb go down. There we go. Cabin climb is going down. Kind of hear that pressure. Good. So we're now going to dump. So now we're going to dump, and we're going to turn off the door seal. And we're going to, our first selected altitude, it's 19. So it's down here. It's the bottom one, it's the inner one. But we're going to set it to 21. Actually, here's 19. Let's go 20. Let's just put it to 21. But we're only going to go to 19. See if that helps us out at all. We're always getting that differential light, which I hear is a common theme. Okay, let's drop the power. Autopilot, let's test them. We're offset here a little bit, so that'll be perfect for us. Autopilot is engaged. AP flight director, we are good. Let's do our flight director is showing up. Let's do the heading mode. And we have a good turn on the yoke. And we have a good turn on the flight director. Let's go ahead and turn this back. Perfect. Flight director is responding. And our yoke is responding. Good. Let's put it back. Take off heading mode. And let's disengage with our stick. Okay, so disengage, first one autopilot, second one flight director. For some reason my control stick is not working on the disengage, so we'll have to work with that. Okay, autopilots are good. Before takeoff checklist, Buster. Windows are closed, perfect. Radios are indeed set. What is the message? Set course to 348. I will do that. Okay, 348, because we'll be making a left turn here fairly quickly. Altitude bug is preset at, there we go. Heading bug is fine. Nav source, we're GPS. We're flying out on GPS. Good. Elevator trim set to take off. There we go. Right down here is what we're looking at. Flaps, let's go ahead and get us down to approach flaps. There's our approach flaps. We have a blue light at approach. We're good. Cabin selector, so we went ahead and put it where we want it. Then we're going to go ahead and pressurize. So let's go ahead, and the cabin press mode needs to go up, and the door seal needs to go to press mode. There we go. So we are pressurizing. Air conditioning, well, we're 81 degrees, but we're not going to do it because it goes off on our before takeoff checklist. So air conditioning is now off. Fuel pumps are on low. Pitot heat is going to on. Anti-ice is required. We are good, we don't need it at this point. Transponder, let's set to out. Weather radar, let's set it to on. Landing lights and strobes, we'll hit that once we get out to the runway. Actually, let's go ahead and do it now. So we're going to take the runway. Go ahead and taxi over there. Looking good. Love these run-up spots. Venice traffic, Baron 2 Bravo Mike is taking runway 13 for the northbound departure. We'll be making left traffic. Venice. Get a little glitchy. All right, Buster, 80 knots, we're going to rotate. If anything happens prior to that, we're going to cut and we're going to come to a break. We're going to rotate at 80, then we're going to climb out probably closer to 120, but gear will go up on positive rate. Flaps will go up at 115. We'll try to climb out between 120 and 140. Once we get to 400, we're going to drop our props to 24. We're still going to remain full throttle. We're going to make a left-hand turn at, around 800-ish. To 1,000 feet, and then we'll make our way back to our course. Any questions? If we do lose an engine, we will make left traffic. We could probably bring it in. We have a couple different choices. We probably could bring it in on 2-3 or come back to 1-3. Let's do it. Away we go. Heba. Let's go ahead and slowly increase our manifold pressure to 30, which is our pressure. Good. Let's release the brakes. Go full throttle. Let's get a slightly better view here. Airspeed is alive. IMC as soon as we get in the air. You can tell. You'll have no visual reference. 80, it's time to go ahead and rotate. Okay. Positive rate, gear up. Keep our climb going. Flaps up. Now 115. Keep climbing. A little heavy here on our. Okay. Left-hand turn. Sorry for the ear pop. Venice traffic, Baron 2 Bravo Mike is climbing through 1,500, clear of runway 13, departing to the north. Last call, Venice. So we're climbing out 140, gear is up, flaps are up. Let's get our props back. Are now at 24. Let's go ahead and adopt a 300 heading. Climbing at 2,000 foot per minute, which is pretty stiff. Now we can intercept. Let's go ahead and put on our autopilot. Autopilot is engaged. Let's go ahead and arm. we're at 4,000 feet and 4,500 feet. And climbing, let's hit our taxi light off. Yeah. Floods, we don't need our floodlights any longer. Okay, climb checklist. So, recommended climb is 36 inches. So let's go ahead and dial back to 36 inches. Back to 36 inches. Landing gear up, flaps up, taxi lights off, landing lights. We'll leave on until we get to 10,000 feet. Prop sync, let's put it on. Cow flaps still open. Anti-ice as required. We have our pitot heat on. That will remain on for the duration of flight. Fuel booster pumps are now off. Cabin heat or air, we are at 73. We're fine. How's the cabin pressurization? Got the differential. We're climbing. So let me do this. Let's dial back. To 1,500 feet a minute. Keep our speed up as we get into the Tampa area. SRQ. There's 50, so it's 50 here to away from Sarasota. Yep. So you can see there we are. It's 25 from me to the edge of the arc. It's 50 all the way across. So you can kind of see that's probably about 10 to 15. Just entering in the Class C, the edge of the Class C. But we're not entering, we're way above it. So we're 10 miles away. At least we should be. Yeah. So we can see here on the EDM 760, it's toggling through everything. It's in automatic stage. So we can see our EGT. Let's go ahead and just make sure that our climb check is good. Transition altitude. Let's go ahead and put our landing lights off now that we're at 10,000 feet. Pressurization looks pretty good so far. Pitot heat's on. Okay. The engine instruments looking. Let's go ahead and put up our cow flaps. So cow flaps are now up. Let's get our heading bug. air for 7 minutes, 7.5 minutes. Going over SRQ. Plenty of fuel on board. Got 2 hours and 28 of additional fuel. Sarasota, we should be at 8:08. 9 minutes in. You can see we got a minute to go. We're 30 seconds ahead of schedule. So 8:08 on the fuel. 8:09. The money. Let's go ahead and transfer in the tip tanks. We'll do that on cruise. We'll transfer in the tip tanks on cruise. We're at 14,000 feet, 14,000 feet, going to flight level 190. We've been cleared. So let's go to standard pressure. On both. So we're still looking pretty good here on cabin pressure. We're supposed to bring this big hand should go all the way up to probably around 8. This little hand should not creep above 3.9. So that's the one that has been getting us. But we put in the fix, so we'll see. Okay, so we're on our way to Pi, St. Pete. Okay. We're definitely below 0 degrees now, so I am seeing the cabin getting a little chilly. So let's turn on our heater and blowers to low. And just crack that open ever so slightly. Once we get to cruise, we'll check it out. See if we're maintaining temperature. We have not done good on that. Okay, we're almost at flight level 180. Woohoo! Yeah, Buster. I think he's putting you out of business. That's a 1,000-foot warning. I mean, he's a little, you know, you were a little late there. Getting cold, Buster. 49. I can open just a touch more. I mean, we've had it to where it's 144 degrees in the cabin, Buster. So go. We're at leveling off. We're getting ready to cruise. Okay, autopilot is leveling us off at flight level 190. Let's go ahead and do our cruise checklist. So cow flaps, they are indeed up. Anti-ice, it beats on. We don't need anything else. fuel booster pumps are off. Cabin air and heat. Got a little bit of heat coming in, which is good. Cabin pressurization. So far, so good. What did I do? Good until I start screwing around with stuff. You can see we're about 3.6, and we're maintaining about an 8.5 cabin altitude. We ended up artificially setting this to close to 21, flight level 210, even though we're going to flight level 190. It seems to be working so far. Our pressure needle is not getting above 3.9, and our annoying little cabin diff light is not going off. So that's a good sign. I would say pressurization, we've done pretty good. All right, let's go ahead and get our cruise power settings put in the show. So we're going to keep RPM at 24, and we're going to go ahead and put our throttle down to 32. Go ahead and cruise at 30. That'll be our power settings. So 30 and 24. Okay, that is our power manifold and RPM. Okay, now let's turn our attention to the fun part. So let's try to get to EGT. EGT. And I believe we're on percentage. So here's EGT, the exhaust temperature. Wow, it's almost 10 degrees, it's almost 50 degrees more. You can see, I guess that's you can see the difference between cylinder 1 on the right and cylinder 1 on the left. But it's set to Celsius. See that? It's set to Celsius. Outside air temperature is -8. Battery doing 28.3. Differential gallons per hour. I just noticed that it's set to Celsius. At least that's what I believe that is. Gotta sneeze. have 766 on the pounds, and we were supposed to be at 774. How far in? We're supposed to be at 20 minutes flight time. We are at 17 and a half, so we are ahead of schedule here. Let's go ahead and reset our bug. Okay, we need to go ahead and lean. Let's just see what it looks like. I can tell you it's definitely in Celsius. I would love to get it into Fahrenheit. Yeah, we're in Celsius. Don't know how to get into Fahrenheit. Anyway, let's do Alina Peak. So, how do we pre-lean? Let's go ahead and see if we can at least make some sense out of pre-lean. So we saw the peak probably at 819. Let's call it 820. So we want to bring it back to 30 degrees Celsius less. So let's go 790. Just a pre-lean. Okay, let's try to see what this can do. This is 15, 19, 20. This is Celsius, guys. Ooh, 35, 40, 50, 58, 60, 65, 67, 68. And now it's coming down. So 30 degrees off of that is 830. There's 830. Wow. I can't believe there's just that much difference. Yeah, there really is. One cylinder head running really hot, one running pretty cool. That's the big difference, huh? not really cold, it's all relative, but you can see the difference. Okay, all right, so that's pre-lean, I would assume. Now let's go. From mitts. We'll have the beginner descent here pretty soon. 65 degrees, that's pretty good. Okay, oh, there it is. There we go. It was the middle, so there's this imaginary middle button here. And what if I hold that? Okay, so now that we have that, let's go ahead and start the left one. Start bringing it down. Oh, now we're starting to go back last peak. And so now we need to keep going until it's around above 25. 36, 37. Let's not go that far. Oh, boy, it's so minute. Wow, look at that, 16.7. All right, let's go to the next one. That is a lean of peak. That to us is lean of peak. To return to automatic mode, press step once. Boom. There we are. Okay. Lean of peak. There we go. Wow, look at that. 16 gallons per hour. Boy, talk about economy mode. Man, we are in economy mode. Wow. By the way, the cabin differential light has not gone back on again. Alright, let's go ahead and do our VNAV. First of all, let's see what we need to do. Let's check the weather one more time. Winds are 120. Winds are 120. So I'm thinking we come in on runway 11. But maybe it doesn't have all the bells and whistles. ILS 29. Above the ground on an LPV on 11. Kind of like runway 11. 313 is pretty good. Not good enough. ILS, we need to go into runway 29. Transition from Ocala. Okay, there's a nice little beep. Never heard that one before. Let's go ahead. Start descending. What do we need to descend to? Let's pop into the ILS. DANTE. Go 2,000 feet. We want to be at 2,000 feet at DANTE. Let's just start descending. Let's go to 10,000 feet. So, we did not get the cabin differential light. That is a winner. Approaching OCF. Perfect. I like what we're doing. Okay. Still a little behind the aircraft. Kind of tough with ATC telling us to do a whole bunch of different things. Definitely got distracted on the lean, just trying to learn it. And we're playing around too much with the cabin differential. That's okay. We can do that because we don't have ATC right now. Let's go ahead and get us into what's Gainesville. Gainesville is 119 point. Set to the ILS. Let's set our back up to 116.2. Here's the Gainesville VOR. Though, so this is going to be awesome. Backup. Never got to do our true airspeed. What is the temps? Let's keep cooking. Love the autopilot. Definitely the way that it's helping us with the altitudes way better than the Seminole. Okay, 18 and 18. We don't really have to worry about icing. Where are we at? Oh yeah, we're already at 10 degrees. So we're not going to worry about it. We're going to keep on keeping on. Okay, we're over Ocala. 10,000 feet. Turn on the landing lights. We'll go to flood if we need to. We can panel. We do panel. Flip on to panel lights. It's gonna get dark. Just a quick spot check on gas. Ocala, we're supposed to be at 7:06 and 46 minutes in. We're 36 and gas is at 700, so we're good. A little ahead of schedule. So we're 7 minutes until Dante, so 7,000, so 7 minutes, 1,400. We need to be at 2,000 feet 7 times, 35 miles. Oh yeah, we shall see. We're doing a 1,500 per minute drop, so it's more like times 3. Yeah, we should be there ahead of schedule. You can see our VSR has dropped to almost 1,100, 1,150. I'm okay if we get there a little early, because we need to set up the approach. So we got Gainesville in the hopper here. Gainesville traffic, Baron 712 Bravo Mike is 25 miles to the south, descending through 7,000 feet. Inbound for the ILS runway 29er, Gainesville. There we go. Alright, so we got our ILS tuned in. We also have it on the backup here as well. Approach. So we're going to climb to 1,100 and climbing left turn to 2,000. Climb to 1,100. So the field elevation is at basically 150. Let's go ahead and set us up here. Go to Dante. We're at 5,000 feet and descending. 900. Let's go ahead and race into 1,000. Because we only have a couple, so 2 minutes to go. So we'll be there with 2 minutes to spare. Going to Dante, and then we're going to go ahead and come in. No procedure turn coming in from Dante. Dante will be 7.3 from here, so Dante is about 12 miles out. We need to be at 1,700. So we're gonna go down to 1,700. Get to Dante. Alright, we're doing the ILS, so we're going down to 200 feet, 200 is set here, which is 322, 322 us. What is that? What is that little beep? I mean, it's a cool little beep. Oh, must be 99 degrees. Cabin temp. That's exactly what it was. We said we would check that on. There we go again. We're passed out. Buster and I are passed out. Alright, we're coming up. Look at that. Look at that fog. That fog? Okay, this should be fun, Buster. I'm not going to put on the landing lights. We have too much fog. We'll just keep. Let's go ahead and turn our landing lights off. brakes will be on. We can always go to flood if we need to. We're plenty warm. We're not going to have to worry about ice. So it worked. Our VNAV worked. That's good. Let's see, DANTE is around flaps. So it's going to be full throttle, put up another notch of flaps, gear up on positive rate. We're going to climb out, hit the suspend button, try to get to nav as fast as we can, and then it will bring us into a left-hand turn going all the way to JODON. JODON. Let's go ahead and dial in 1,700 feet. Don't want to go down yet. Yeah. What heading? We are at 286. Let's go ahead and set it to 286. Gainesville traffic, Seminole 2 Bravo Mike is on the ILS 10 miles to the east. ILS for runway 29er, Gainesville. Our approach button. See, we're on path. Excuse me, we're on localizer. We're still a little. Let's make sure that we level off. Looking, Buster. We're 8.8 miles away from the threshold. We're on approach. Let's go ahead and do our ILS approach. So landing lanes we're not going to put on. Altimeters. Ooh, altimeters. 3002, we went to standard, we didn't do what we do. Okay, good, our turners are set, prop sync is now off, hold on, prop sync is now off. Winds were supposed to be at 1,700. Okay. 1-3 at 7. So we're gonna have a tailwind. Pull back the power even more. what are we, 2,000? 2,000. So let's go ahead and pop in our 2,000 foot. Extra ridge props high, booster, parts line, air conditioning, everything's off. It's good. Not going to put down full flaps in this case. Let's get up here so we can see. Alright, we're 600 feet. We got 320, 322, 322, 200 above. Above. Decision. Full power go around flaps. Gear up. Flaps up. JODON, so we need to go direct to JODON. We're good. Let's go to direct to JODON. Gear up, flaps up. Let's pull everything back because we are almost red line. Correct. JODON. Well, why aren't we moving? There's so much power on takeoff. So much power. Alright, let's pull the power back a little bit more. Pull the props back a little bit more, I should say. We want to get to 24. Because of the arrow, but that's okay. Let's see if we just can do the hold. Gainesville traffic, Baron 2 Bravo Mike has gone missed on the ILS 29er, flying to JODON for a hold. Gainesville. Yeah. I'm not so sure we're going to hit this hold. That's why we go to GPS. Wow. Wow. We're trying to do the missed approach procedure on VLOC. Nice. Nice. Forgot to go to GPS. Wondering why that was not working for us, Buster. I'm in favor of trying to do it again, Buster. We have an extra 2.5 hours of fuel on board, Buster. We want to see a turn here, though. No turn. There we go. There's the hold. Will we do it? Alright, while we're holding JODON, starting to lift a little bit here, Buster. can try it again by going out to DANTE. Go ahead and do the procedure. Let's go ahead and select approach. ILS. Vectors, no. Let's do the palette 2. Let's put us on heading. Alright, let's hit heading. And let's activate. Let's knock out. Let's go direct to DANTE. Nope. Around a little bit. Let's go out over here to the east. Vector ourselves around to DANTE. We'll go direct to DANTE over here. Gainesville traffic, bearing 2 Bravo Mike is 15 miles to the south. Inbound for the ILS runway 29er, Gainesville. Alright, we'll give it one more shot. I'm certainly okay with what we did. We climbed way too fast. And yeah, didn't make my left turn soon. I mean, just everything, right? Just not a very good missed approach at all. Didn't crash though. I know it doesn't invoke the turn fuel pumps off right now while we're waiting. It doesn't invoke a whole lot of confidence in that statement, huh, Buster? Let's see what the weather is now. One and 3/4. Broken overcast 200 feet. We're coming in with a lot of lights. little bit further, then we'll go direct to DANTE. Start slowing the aircraft down. Heading. Why don't we change? Whoops. Why don't we put this at 160 so we know where we need to be going? Just in case we need to flip the heading. We already know that runway. Okay, DANTE is coming up. Good speed. Landing lights, altimeter's good. Prop sync is off. Mixture is full rich. We are full rich. Props are high. Let's go full props. Anti-ice on. Fuel booster pumps are low. Good on the cabin heat. We're coming in at 140. We need to come in at 140. So let's lower our expectations here. Still 200, 322 on the altitude. I can see some ground. It's more than what we were able to see earlier. All right, turn inbound to DANTE. Scope is active, or is active, is armed, I should say. More power in. All right, once we get a dot below. Once we're a dot below, we're going to set the flaps. We need to descend to 110. Gainesville traffic, Baron 2 Bravo Mike is established on the ILS runway 29er, Gainesville. about 130. Cut it back a little bit more, slow us up. VLOC. So remember what we have to do is we have to go to GPS. First we have to suspend. Well, first we can go to GPS and hit suspend. Yeah. Oh, here we are. Over the outer marker, gear down. We have 3 green. We know we're returning to 1.6. Full flaps. Actually, you know what? We're going to go to approach flaps. We're not going to go full. Okay, one last check. We're green. We're stable. Carriage is good. We have mixture full rich, props high. Says we got good on the lights. We're not putting our landing lights. We're at 1,000 feet, 900 feet. We're back to power to 15. All right, 500 or past 500 above. Got the runway, Buster. Okay, continuing. Autopilot is off. My airplane. Up. Hoping there's an exit over here. There we go. Oops. Ooh. Is crossing. Gainesville traffic. Baron 2 Bravo Mike is vacating runway 29er, crossing runway 7, taxiing to ramp. Gainesville. So we fell into the trap of flying way too many RNAV approaches in the Caribbean. Not a whole lot of ILS approaches, so when we went missed, we actually kept it on VLOC, which was a big fail. Should have gone back to GPS, suspend, away we go. But we live and learn. We were wondering why we were going direct, but we just weren't flying direct. Oh. What do we have here? Alright, I'm taking pictures. Pretty exciting. Okay, let's just didn't clean up at all, Buster. See how our engines are looking. We just did not clean up at all. Cow flaps open. Strobes off. Okay. Oh, went ahead and opened the thing before dump. You see the pressure is just like, ah, man. Parking brake set, avionics off. Throttles 1000. Good. Fuel boost pumps off. We need to put that on the after landing checklist. Mixture cut off. Ignition switches to off. Cabin differential pressure 0. Sub panel switches. Everything's to off. Alternators off, battery off. All right. As ugly as that was, that's how we do that. You know, obviously, guys. Wow. 9 hours. 9 hours. Yeah, a lot to learn. A lot to learn. Particularly on the missed approach. I mean, we hadn't flown any missed approaches, and it showed. So anyway, let me go ahead and add some things to the after landing checklist. A couple things. We don't need a fuel bump. The fuel boost pumps off. All right. Yeah. So so we came in. We knew it would be really bad weather into Gainesville. Limited IFR, which is just crazy. It was we actually decided, because it was overcast at 200. It was actually fog with a quarter-mile visibility when we first came in, and so yeah, we picked the ILS so we could get to 200 feet. All of the other approaches were around 300. The LPV on the RNAV was, I believe, 200, but we didn't do 2.9 on the LPV. Let me see something. If we could have done runway 2.9 on the RNAV, because we were not looking at runway 2.9 for the RNAV. Let me pull up runway 2.9. 300. So LPV was 300 feet. Yeah, above ground. And so it was 420. We never would have made it. And we might have not made it on this last round. Yeah, might have not made it on the last round. Weather improved greatly since our quasi attempt at a hold at JODON, which was, basically another fail. Would have been okay had we figured out that we were on VLOC versus GPS sooner. But anyway, yeah, hey, we made it down, and all good. Learning experience, so we shall go from there. So here we are, guys, in Gainesville, in the swamp. Where we're going to go to next? I think we're going to go to Pensacola. I think so. I think we're going to maybe try to see if we can catch a Blue Angel sighting. Huh. But anyway, guys, it's been a blast. Thanks for putting up with us as we're kind of learning this aircraft. Hopefully had a little fun sticking around with us. Had a laugh or two, I'm sure, laughing at us, which we certainly wouldn't blame you. Hammering us in the comments, certainly well deserved. But anyhow, guys, and any Gator jokes is fine. We're more than open to banter about the Florida Gators. Anyway, guys, clear skies and warm tailwinds.